This week is coming to an end. It has been quite calm as the macroeconomic calendar is not rich in events. The following week is expected to be more active. In our video calendar on InstaForex TV channel, we will take a look at the events that will shape trader sentiment early next week. On Monday, during the Asian session, China will report on its manufacturing PMI. Economists foresee an insignificant rise in the business activity of this sector. This data may boost risk sentiment and weaken the Japanese yen. Notably, the interest in risky assets is likely to be a short-lived phenomenon. The fact is that on Tuesday, market experts, together with the Taishin News Agency, will disclose their figures on China's manufacturing PMI. This indicator takes into account business activity in small and medium companies. Most analysts are sure that the reading will remain the same. However, there is a big chance that the index will change. If the worst predictions come true, the yen may recoup some of its losses. Also on Tuesday, during the Asian session, the Reserve Bank of Australia will announce its decision on the key interest rate. In the previous meeting, the regulator cut the benchmark rate to 0.7% from 0.25%. At the same time, demand for the Australian dollar increased. The fact is that, according to the RBA statement, the monetary authorities are not planning to lower the key rate again. They expect the GDP growth in the third quarter. Thus, the Australian dollar may hit new highs in the near future. During the European trading session, the Eurozone will disclose its inflation data for November. According to preliminary estimates, consumer prices will show the same performance as in the previous period. The indicator is expected to fall by 0.3%. Of course, news about deflation will lead to the euro's sell-off. The only way to halt falling prices is to lower the key interest rate. The ECB admits the necessity to loosen the monetary policy. It may take measures as early as December. Also, this day, the US will publish its ISM manufacturing PMI. In October, the indicator hit the highest level since September 2018. That's why in November, the indicator may drop. This information will hardly have a negative influence on the US dollar. However, the reading significantly below the forecast may lead to the greenback's weakness. On Wednesday, the Australian dollar may make a new attempt to break resistance levels and reach fresh highs. The jump could be triggered by the GDP data for the third quarter. Analysts forecast a rise of 2.5% on a quarterly basis and a decline of 4.5% year-over-year. Such data proves the recovery process. Of course, amid such positive news, buyers of the Australian dollar will become more active. Apart from the above said events, it would be a good idea to take notice of other important reports. Thus, on Monday, Japan will disclose its reports on industrial production and retail sales. The UK will report on its net lending to individuals, whereas Germany will publish its inflation figures. At the same time, the US pending home sales data is slated for release this day. On Tuesday, Germany's labor market data will be one of the most important events during the European session. Later this day, Canada will report on its GDP data. On Wednesday, traders will be focused on the ADP non-farm employment change. Notably, on Thursday, the US Labor Department will provide official information on the labor market condition. You were watching Forex Trader Calendar on InstaForex TV channel with me, Kate Stichina. We wish you profitable deals.